All right, we're going live. Going live. We are live. Check. 1, 2. We're live. Ready?
Yep.
Sure.
Hi. Good morning. This is Co-Opie Talk. I'm Lisa Levin, and I'm here with Jeff Levin, Melanie Jane Nicholas, and also Doug Starks. We are all part of the Chicagoland Cooperating Network. You can find our group on Facebook by doing a search for Chicagoland Cooperating Network and join us. We have over 2,300 business owners throughout the United States, throughout the Chicagoland area, all redefining success by helping others first. So join us there. Also visit our website at coopratizing.network.com to learn more about the network, also how to get involved, check out our calendar events. Upcoming events, we have our live event coming up on September 9th. So make sure that you register for that. Go to coopratizing.network.com/registration to learn more about it and register. We have a fantastic speaker. We get anywhere from 150 to 200 businesses there, so it's great networking. And our speaker is Sheila Skolnick and has an amazing story to tell about her own journey of her rags to riches. And just as somebody who is so inspiring and just won't listen to us and our excuses. So we all need to be there and learn from her. So register today. Tickets right now are 35% off until Friday. So get there and get your ticket now.
That's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow. So
it's already Friday. These weeks just fly by.
I know it.
It's crazy. It is crazy. I don't think time is linear. I really think it just kind of exponentially increases once you have children.
Yeah.
Or once you get your adult ages, it just goes so fast.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys experienced that, but it just seems like yesterday was Sunday. So.
Yep. Yeah, the more things in your life, kids and otherwise, the quicker things go.
I mean, you think about it, we had a lot going on as kids. I mean, I was always constantly going somewhere, and it just
that's true.
Didn't seem like it moved that fast, but
that's
enjoy the day.
We were just playing. We weren't really going anywhere. You were going places.
I don't know. I felt like I was doing a lot of stuff. I've always been kind of nonstop.
That's true.
Anyway,
it's different though, because back then when we were playing outside, we didn't need to be watched or anything. Or when we went to a baseball game, we just walked there, right? Now it's like we have to drive kids to their games and to places.
I tell my kids, when I was a kid, and I was like 8 years old, my baseball practices were like, I'm going to say 3, 4 miles from my house. Mm-hmm. I had to ride my bike to baseball practice. I didn't have a cell phone.
Yeah.
My mom didn't know where I was at. She had to hope that I made it there. I'm crossing busy streets and all this. It's just crazy. And I make it home. Now it's like, where's my kids? I got my app tracker. You got to track every motion that your child has. It's insane. So
definitely. Things that.
Yeah, it really has. It really has. Anyway, lots of exciting things going on. Next week is going to be a big week. We're going to be rolling out our niche groups live in the Co-op network. Bear with us if there's any, technical difficulties or.
We never have any of those.
If people aren't coming across perfect, through the process, it's going to be a first time for a lot of people, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a great way to engage the rest of the network in all the fun and fascinating things that we're doing in the niche groups. And for those of you who don't know what a niche group is, they're simply a group of businesses that focus on the same target market. So you might focus on kids, or you might focus on businesses or whatever. So they serve the same client bases. And they also have a similar passion for serving in the community. And it basically, the niche groups are the lifeblood and what will take the co-op mission and actually put it to work. We rolled this out a few months back, and it takes, like anything else, it just takes a little bit of time to get traction and figure out what it is, what we're actually doing. And I think taking this step will solidify the groundwork on what we're trying to complete, and hopefully it'll drive a lot of a lot of participation, a lot of curiosity, a lot of engagement in the niche groups themselves, so that people are joining the co-op and then jumping in with the people that they need to network with and align with, so that they can succeed in a smaller group setting. There's only 12 people that can be in these niche groups. Nothing, in my opinion, nothing gets, I don't know what you guys feel, but I don't think anything gets done in meetings with more than that. I think that might be even too many. But, if you've ever sat in meetings all day like I have, I used to do in corporate, that's like meeting after meeting. You got all these meetings and nothing is ever accomplished. I'm not creating a business around accomplishing nothing. So anyway, Melanie's a niche group leader.
Yes. Yes, I lead the Financial Freedom Niche Group. We target families, kids and families. So a lot of our community service work is around kids. And, we're just looking for people, business owners around faith, family, fitness, finance, fun, because honestly, at the end of the day, when you are financially free in a sense, when it comes to finances, you're not really free if you don't have your health, if you don't have your faith in place, or your family. So we actually hit 12. There's more that want to come in. But we did hit our 12 sponsors. So we're just going to start with that, because I do agree with you, Jeff, in that sometimes when there's too many people, it just gets kind of crazy and people come and go. And so the 12 that I, specifically chose, because, I just don't allow too many people, anyone to come in, because they have to have those values, right? And they have to have a servant attitude, and they got to be positive. There's no drama. We just get to work and help as many people.
No drama? Come on.
There's no drama in our Financial Freedom Niche Group. They're all about supporting each other. And that's how we get things done. I mean, they're all leaders in their business. And so, everyone's welcome to come. We're having our first live stream on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday at 4:00. And the first 12 people are going to be coming, but everyone can listen in. And so just in case you guys are interested in the future, we may open it up to other people. But I do agree that, a small group of people, it's typically a mastermind, right? A mastermind doing bigger things for a greater cause. And when everyone is in sync, and I did put a post out there on our group Facebook page that I will share in a little bit. And then, when everyone's in sync and everyone's on the same page, we get to do greater things. But not everyone's for the Financial Freedom Niche Group, but I guess there's 10 other ones going on, So choose your time wisely. Time is not something that you can, they say time management. I don't believe in time management, because time actually keeps going, right? So what it is energy management. You got to really choose who you want to do business with, what you want to do, what your purpose is in life. And that really looks into finding out who you are and what you want to accomplish, and whatever legacy and whatever impact you want to make in the community.
Yeah, so. I 100%. And we'll have to figure out how we take the next step. So, because if there's more people that want to be involved in what you're putting out there, that's obviously an attractive quality that people want to be a part of. So, how do we go from the 12 to the 24 to the 40, and just keep going? And we can brainstorm around that a little bit. It may be fruitful to start another one, or it may be fruitful to expand this into something bigger. So I'd like to talk more about that.
That's already in the vision.
Thinking about it.
Yes.
Awesome. Great. Yeah. And, I love leaders, and leaders are the ones that see opportunities and go out and seize it. And when we rolled out the niche groups, I think we rolled it out even before you got involved. You didn't jump on the niche groups right away, but I think you're the first 1 to 12, which says a lot about a person. And I'm a firm believer that you're somebody that I know, and we spend a lot of time together, so I know you. And if you're willing to stand alone, then you're gonna build a following pretty fast, because the people that can stand alone are the ones that are so firm in their values and beliefs and where they're going, that other people are like, man, if she's able to do that or he's able to do that, that's the boat I want to be on. Versus the ones that are maybe dipping their toe in the water and really aren't sure and will come along if others do, you know, the kind of, we've all met people like that, right? It's like, well, you know, I'm thinking about, what do you think? You know, and well, I don't know, why don't you step there first? And once I say you're okay, then we're going to follow. And most people are followers. Am I correct? I mean, it's most people are followers. And, you know, and I come across people so many times and they're all trying to build a following. Everybody's trying to build this following. Like my page, do that, you know. I get it's funny in a way, but it's kind of irritating when people just want people to like their pages all the time. Facebook has created some type of popularity contest and Twitter and all this stuff. Why would you want anybody to like your page? You know? I mean, is that really what we want? Or do you want, like you said, I mean, we want people that actually share the same values, that share a common mission, you know? Those are the people that you want, quality people liking your page, or following you, or, you know, you're not going to get that unless you are that. So, you know, I think that's a great example. And I think if anybody else is thinking about taking a leadership role, that's how you need to present yourself. You need to present yourself with, just stand firm. Don't worry about what everybody thinks, and say, this is what I want to do. And you'll find the people that want to join you, and the others can go join something else. So anyway, it's great. It's great to have you here, and it's great to have your message out there. And I think it's very fitting on what you posted earlier today. I read the page, the book page, that I don't know what book that's from that you copied, but I don't want to steal the thunder. You can share a little bit about why you posted that, but it's basically saying, you know what, don't worry about whether everybody loves you or not. There's people that love you a lot, and worry about them, kind of thing. So anyway, so speaking of loving people, how you doing today, Doug?
I'm doing okay. Love one another. Love conquers all. How many love expressions can I say? You know, that's a good point about, you know, just if you like the page, it's not going to go viral. You're not going to get your message out. You can like till the cows come home, but to make your page, you know, people can look and say, oh, you've got 200 likes. Oh, they might be important, but what's that get you? That just gets you, you know, notoriety, but it doesn't do anything for helping you grow your business or helping your page, you know. So hit the share, and I say hit the comment button too. Yeah. You know, comments work almost as good, and because when you comment, people see the comments, and it can make your post, you know, continue to go viral. But yeah, sharing your page out really gets things supercharging.
Personally, you know, if you have 1,000 likes and people buy their followers, people buy their likes, you know, they do anything it takes to get the numbers up. And, you know, but if you have 1,000 likes and 0 engagement, you know, to me, that's how you judge it. So,
yeah, exactly.
You know, the key is the engagement, because that's just like the funnel. We talk about the funnel all the time. And, you know, how do you engage people? They take a commitment step, a commitment step, right? They're engaging. That's a huge commitment step. And those commitment steps turn into, you know, from a business standpoint, they turn into paying customers. Or they, you know, from a mission standpoint, they turn into people that are going to roll up their sleeves and actually do something. So yeah, it doesn't matter. You can have, I would rather have 10 people follow me that are engaged than, you know, 10,000 that are like, yeah, okay, like my page and I'll like yours. You know, if you go to Twitter, you see, you know, 10,000 following and 10,000 followers. Those people, you know, it's just like, it's so ridiculous to exchange like for likes and stuff like that. And I see it happen. You'll see it in the Co-op network. It happens occasionally where somebody says, hey, we haven't done this in a while. Please like my page. And you'll never see me put our page in there, or, you know, I'm just thinking, you gotta be kidding me. That's not how it's supposed to work. But anyway.
I'm going to say, I can get you a link to fund for $5. You could buy 10,000 likes or some crazy, you know, number. You know, if you just want likes and have a huge number on your page, you know, that's not going to do anything for you. Yeah, I can get you a link to Fiverr for $5. Get you a link tomorrow.
What we should do, instead of that, we'll say we'll line up people from the co-op and we'll just give them a hug.
Yeah,
because that's all they want.
Go back to the you matter.
Yeah,
you matter.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we'll just give them hugs, and that's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to grow a company. We're trying to take actions that get to results, and you can't get there that way because they're not engaged.
It's almost like a participation trophy.
Yeah.
Is a like just because you're there.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with showing support for people, but at the same time, it's how are you going to use that? Because we're all how much time do people spend on this? Think about it. It's back to your time. You can't manage time. Well, you can choose to spend your time getting this popularity engine going, or you can choose it to drive your funnel, and those people aren't going to funnel down. The superficial likes don't funnel. They don't help. They don't share. They don't do a lot of things. It's kind of a waste of time. So anyway, I don't know how we got on this subject, but it's just one of those things where, it really is important to surround yourself by people that, that share that common interest and are going in the same path so that your time is spent wisely, and because most people, how many employees do they have? Of the people you met in the co-op, I mean, how many employees do they typically have?
0.
One or
two or 0, right?
0 to 5 at the most.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, but the day ends sometime. Like, it's going to end. You get tired and you go to sleep and you wake up and you don't have time to piece in all of this stuff. And wouldn't it be cool just to focus on people that are going down the same path, And anyway, so take it for what it's worth. That's what I think, and that way you can focus 80% of your time on everything that matters to you, right? The marketing and the sales and the service and stuff like that. And when you put your niche group together, then you have the opportunity to leverage the network that's there. And there's so many ways to take advantage of co-op marketing. And, Doug's chomping at the bit to kind of get into that environment. I've spent, I'll say a lifetime building my platform to get that engine going. We're going to do that. And I call it what Doug does, like the supercharger, because he can really take that network, those relationships, and really put them to work for you. It's not free. It's not, everything good costs something in life. I mean, it's just the way it is. But that's why he's here, and we're here to put resources in front of you guys. You don't have to take advantage of them, but at least they're there, so that when you're ready, you can take advantage of all the time you spend in that database of yours and your relationships, which is where most of you guys spend all of your time and effort, right? Most people in this industry spend their time on relationships. They don't spend it on expensive marketing. They just don't. So capitalize on it. Join all these networks, get something more out of it,
Relationship marketing and relationship management. That's some things that you can do. And I'm taking 25 years plus or minus of experience in referral marketing and working with niche groups for several years, and kind of taking that experience to the online realm. It's kind of what I'm doing, and making it easier for people to get leads and referrals organically. So, we're working with the niche groups and help them meet, help them do the offline referrals, but then take that online, with a group like Melanie's group, we can take that one step further and get what I say, eyeballs on what you're doing, get traffic to what you're doing in your businesses, and share leads is kind of what we're doing with the niche groups and the referral systems.
Cool. Awesome. So do you have anybody watching?
Well, we may or may not have Sandy Oprendick join us, and also Kim Matashi, I think is her last name. She was saying that I think she biked 24 miles this morning, and she is worried about how she looks, but we told her to jump on anyway. So I don't know. We'll see if anybody's brave enough to call in. But
cool. Well, yeah, if you want to call in, feel free. If you want to participate, take a selfie. I saw where the selfie button was yesterday. We were testing
Just
it
now
out.
found the selfie button, Jeff?
Wow.
You don't have that view. You don't have the view on when you're hosting it, I guess.
Oh, wow.
People that are watching, they all have the selfie button.
All right.
So we can't bring you on until you hit the selfie button, though.
I'll do a selfie.
So yeah, you got to take selfies to come on. Sorry, Kim, it's at the bottom right corner because I saw it yesterday. There we go. There's Doug. That is so fun. And I don't know. That's so cool. Yeah. So, I don't know. What else is going on, Melanie? Doug, what's happening? I could talk this whole time. You can't shut me up.
Did you want to add one of them?
I do want to add them, but I want to see their selfie.
They have. Oh, you're actually making me
I'll
do
add
that first.
it.
I didn't know you were being serious.
I was being serious. I want to see the selfies.
Oh,
So
likes the
she's
blab
trying
shirt
to
somebody
come
said.
What's that?
Somebody's commented on in the Who's a comments, likes the blab shirt. I think we said, 2 days ago or 3 days ago or something went away. Hey, Kim.
Good morning.
I got to get
Good morning.
I love Facebook Live or I love Who's a.
I love the Co-Op.
I love, yeah.
We need swap shirts.
You got to get those brown Co-Opie logo on some T-shirts.
We're gonna have to do
Polos.
that.
Good morning, Kim. How are you?
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Kim is hearing impaired. But are you going to be able to pick us up here, Kim?
Why don't you type in the message?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Unless she's got a translate thing from speech to text.
Yeah. How are you, Kim? Can you hear it? Why don't you tell her to share something? Share what's going on.
I want to hear what she's all about, or not hear type or
No,
she can do.
I actually did an interview with Kim,
Oh, okay.
and she did it all through lip reading, but we might be delayed a little bit. I don't know.
That's pretty awesome to lip read.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Interview
incredible.
lip reading.
What did you?
I started to get used to lip reading because my father-in-law, when he was alive, he couldn't talk because he had the stoma thing, so he couldn't.
Yeah.
He could just mouth the words. So me and the rest of the family got used to being able to lip read.
Oh, we can't.
No, I'm smelly too. I mean, I'm talking with Rick. I started on the feed and I thought, you know what, I'm going to jump in.
Awesome. Glad to have you in.
Very cool. Yeah. So I'm trying to read everybody's lips at once. So I'm looking. Very nice. Yeah, I don't have my sound down so I can hear it. So I just rushing them out. Very nice. I like it. And I just share too. It's nice because I like to type.
Good.
All right, cool. So if you, yeah.
So Kim, can you tell us about yourself?
Nobody's typing.
Tell us about yourself, Kim. Tell us.
If someone's doing a selfie, who's that?
How many people can you have?
Okay. I'm going to bring on Anthony Petruzzi.
Petruzzi, yes.
Anthony that did the selfie then, probably.
Yes.
Cool. I don't see him in the comment section, but I saw a selfie.
Oh, Oh, that's cool.
Good morning,
Good morning, Anthony.
Well, good morning.
How's it going?
Good. I'm just learning this technology here, so I just logged on. Sorry, it took a little bit.
That's okay.
That's
Glad
cool.
you joined us this morning. Tell us a little bit about you and your
I
business.
think I'm the newest member of the group. My name is Anthony Petruzzi. I live in.
You're the newest. You're the newest, you
I
said?
think so.
All right, newest has to sing a song. It doesn't matter what it is.
Really? Go Cubs, go!
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can sing. So my name is Anthony Petruzzi. I authored a book called "Connecting with People: Life Lessons from a Pez Dispenser." And I used to be a certified trainer for Franklin Covey, now I'm doing some corporate training on my own, getting the first couple jobs, going out there helping people, and we just wrote a little book about communication and building relationships. And with all the technology today, we're looking for a way to strengthen relationships on a one-on-one basis. So we wrote this book. We got a couple training jobs already, and we're getting our name out there.
Awesome. What kind of companies are you looking to connect with?
Well, the book is really interpersonal relationships, one-on-one. So it can be used in a small business setting. It can be used with sales reps. It can be used in network marketing. It could be used in corporate America because it's focused on two people having a conversation and getting to know each other. So it's based a little bit on what I learned when I was training the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. But we have some what we call distinctions. And this is the cover of the book here, if you can see it.
Love the Pez dispenser.
Yeah, we got permission from the Pez Candy Company to use their Pez dispenser on the cover of the book and talk about it inside the book. So I think with all this technology, even like this today, I think it's really important to focus on sitting down with someone, turning the cell phone off, having a conversation, building that relationship, building that one-on-one rapport. And that way, when we do business or work as a family together or in a community project, the relationship is stronger and we end up doing a better job.
No doubt. No doubt. So what's up with the Pez dispenser? So you used to do Franklin Covey training?
Yes. So the Pez idea is this: how does a Pez work? You pull the head back and the candy comes out, but before you take it out, you need to what? You need to fill it up. And I believe relationships work the same way. A lot of times nowadays, people want to share their idea with someone, their concept, and be able to have someone buy their program or whatever they're selling. But they never take a chance to get to know the other person. The idea behind it is before I ask for something, let me do something for someone else. Let me deposit into their Pez dispenser before I have to start pulling out. In other words, it works like an emotional bank account. Before I start taking withdrawals, let me make some emotional deposits. If I've known someone for 10 years, I've done a lot for them over that period of time to deposit into their account. And it's very easy for me to ask them for a favor. But if I meet Doug tonight at a bar and I call him at 3 a.m. because I got a flat tire, he's going to say, who is this guy? I just met him. I don't know who you are. Don't call me, because I haven't made any emotional deposits yet. So the idea behind the Pez is let's make some emotional deposits in other people. And then as we build that relationship later on, when we really need something, we have a chance to ask for it.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds great. And it's obviously it resonates very closely to what we do here. I mean, I'm sure you've seen that, we're on a mission to redefine success by helping others first. And I mean, it's the same concept. And, not only from an emotional bank account standpoint to build that relationship, but also to, when you operate that way, you not only solidify a long-term relationship, but you got an opportunity to do a lot of good together for many years. So, it's good to have people like you floating out there too, because the more people we have spreading the same messages, the better.
Yeah. It's talking with Lisa, I love the concept and idea of what you guys are doing. I'm just getting on board and getting things started. I have a whole nother full-time business, so I'm juggling a little bit. But the success I've had, it's always been because of a relationship that's been built over a period of time. If I've known someone who I've done a good job for, and they refer me to someone, and all of a sudden my clients become my friends, and my friends become my clients, and it's like, when I realized after all these years, it's just about building that relationship and that rapport with someone. And when you do that, I think you can do just about anything.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's not a gimmicky sales and marketing plan that gets you success, really. I mean, because I thought it was. That's what, you don't have to put some fantastic sales and marketing strategy. You just have to actually want to build a relationship, care about people, and then they may take care of you later, huh?
Absolutely. And that's exactly how it works. It's the old premise of you take care of me and I'll take care of you. I have a lot of clients who I support their programs or their companies, and I have a client who has a restaurant, and I bring a lot of my clients there just to introduce them to his restaurant, and we do business together. I love that concept. I grew up in a very strong, close-knit Italian family, so I love the idea of taking care of people and building that rapport and introducing friends to other friends, and they respect each other because how you respect each other. I introduce two new friends, and they have a common bond because I each have a strong bond with them.
Excellent.
I move this back. This is my
so you know Melanie Jane Nicholas?
Hi, Anthony. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, I love what your book is about. I totally believe in that. We actually call it we call it relational capital, right? A lot of times, even in the co-op, actually, there's a lot of people who, they want to get their word out there or their business out there. And a lot of times, you want to create that relationship first, because at the end of the day, like I said all the time, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And it's only human nature to, when one is giving, like when someone gives to me, I just want to give back, right? I want to just give. Jonathan, my fiance, always jokes whenever we're going out to eat. And when they're actually like paying attention to my kids, he's like, she just got you, because they know for a fact it's like a 35% tip instead of a regular one, right? Because I see that they're real, they're authentic, so it's just human nature to want to, for myself, at least, I want to be in business with people I'm doing life with as well. A lot of, I have over 30 licensed financial coaches in my company. And I always, I know a lot of things about their family. I know the names of their kids. They come over all the time. So anytime, and when they ask for help for anything, like, I'm there. Tomorrow, I have my real estate license, but I don't put it out there. However, one of them needed help to find a home. So they're like, I know you don't focus on that, but will you help me? And I'm like, sure. So we're closing on their home tomorrow. And then people are like, wait a minute, I thought you guys do business together in finance. I said, I get it, but he doesn't trust anyone else but myself, right? So it's that built-in relationship, because when we have the same values, so our values of faith, family, fitness, finance, fun, making sure, integrity is a high one for me, right? Integrity, because one of the things that before I connect someone with someone else, I want to make sure that they have the same values with the person I'm connecting them with. And so do you find, Anthony, what's one tip you can give as far as connecting, because that's one of the things that I have a challenge with, just building the relationship first, but sometimes they're like, oh, can you connect me to, XYZ person? And I'm like, I don't know who you are. Right. So what do you say to people, to people like, who ask for, favors like that, but they don't even know, who you are? I have the intention of wanting to get to know them, but it just doesn't sound proper at that, right at that point. I actually just tell them, hey, what, can we, at least get to know each other first? But sometimes, that in itself, the way they, I guess that's why they need your education on that. I think Anthony should educate all the co-op people on how to connect with people and how to build relationships. Right, Jeff?
I think. Yeah. So what were we just talking about that?
Yeah. We were just talking about that.
we have a greater need to be reminded than we do to be taught. And I think the stuff we grew up with is really important. The stuff that's in the book is in building a relationship first, it comes down to communication. So instead of, me telling you all about who I am and getting you interested in me, what I tell people when they meet someone new is just start asking questions. The more questions you ask, the better you get to know someone. And in their responses, you'll find out all about what they're looking for, what type of person they are. You'll find out the character and quality they have, because you'll hear them say things that will make you say, hey, I really like this person and I want to build this relationship. Or you might say, you know what, I'm not sure. What that person said isn't something I would do. So it helps you really figure out who they are and if that's somebody you want to work with. And by asking the right questions, and that's not taught anywhere in our curriculum. Nobody teaches relationship building via communication and doing it by asking questions. So one thing I think someone could do is have a series of questions lined up, personal and business. And maybe if they're sitting down on like a more formal interview, it could be almost like a checklist, like on a clipboard. Or if it's more casual, it just be a series of questions you have in your head if you meet someone at a coffee shop or something, and just say, I want to get to know this person. Tell me more about yourself. Tell me about your family. Where did you go to school? And what did you do? And what did you accomplish? And, the series of questions you have to get to know that person. And then the second part of that is actually listening. So many times we're focused on our phone buzzing or our next meeting, or am I going to get something to eat? Or if you can just kind of like the baseball movie where it's clear the mechanism and he just focuses on one thing. If you haven't seen it, it's a pretty good movie with Kevin Costner. Like, he makes all the baseball movies, right? So if you watch it, he's a pitcher and he's just trying to block out all the noise and just focus on one thing. And in the book, we talk about that. Say, listen, block out everything, focus on everything that the one person you're talking to, and just get to know them better. So, and then what happens is, one, you learn all about that person. And number two, that person starts to think, man, this person is really interested in me. They care about me. And I think I really like them. So a bond is starting to build that. So we're using some techniques, right, to build relationships, but they're nothing fancy. They're things that we knew when we were growing up. Our parents told us to listen to people and pay attention. And that's exactly what we talk about in the book. And I think if you're looking for a couple of things, a sit-down conversation where you ask someone a lot of questions and get to know them will help bridge that relationship and find out, is this person I want to do business with? Or is this somebody I want in my group? Or is this somebody I just want to maybe keep at a distance? Or it might be someone who's really trying, them are young or are changing careers. It might be maybe I could sit down with them and mentor them a little bit and help them get to where they want to be. Now I made a huge emotional deposit. Now I have somebody who will follow me in business.
Yeah, I have one, and I agree 100% with that. And what I always tell people, when they sit down with people is just drop your business and drop yourself. Because when they do that, if you ever sat down with somebody that you met and it wasn't anything to do with business, you kind of do care about what they're saying. You do listen to what they're saying. Right? So just drop the business side for a second and just focus entirely on them, right? I mean, and if people do that, and that's the challenge, because people don't want to drop the business side. They think it's a business meeting, so it's like, okay, well, I have to do this and I have to do that. And to your point about listening, they're trying to find the best way to inject themselves, so they can start talking about themselves, right? Instead of still focusing on them. And, so you're not gonna close a deal today. You're not gonna close a deal the next day. Your job is to help them get to some other point in their life, and that may be, open them up to your network, or, maybe you can help them somehow. Like you said, you can mentor them, or you can do something for them. Mm-hmm. And people just want to give it back. They cannot. You can't be. People just don't want to be uneven with the deposits. To your example, mm-hmm. I shared this before with. I used to ride the train to Chicago, and there was a lady standing in front of me to pay for a parking pass, and she didn't have $2, and she was scrambling, and I was going to be late for my train. I'm right behind her, and I'm like, here's $2, take it. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah. $2, take it.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, and so she did it, and I paid for mine. And I went and got in front of the train stop, whatever. And there's thousands of people out there. And this woman comes and she's running through the crowd, and she found me, and she said, "Here's your $2 back." And I'm thinking, and I said, "I didn't want that back." Oh. She said, "No, take it." And it's just people just have to. I don't know what it is. It's innate. It's a human quality, but they have to give back. Mm-hmm. You don't have to ask for it. It's going to come back, Yeah. So anyway,
you made a deposit into her Pez dispenser, and she was immediately wanting to give it back to you.
Yeah. But I wasn't hungry. I didn't need any Pez.
Yeah. You were doing it because you needed to make the train too.
I'm like, I got to go to the train. I got to get to work,
Yeah,
But
and another thing with that, with the whole listening, right? I always say God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, and let's face it, a lot of the times, it's the WII, what's it, FM, right? What's in it for me? And so when you have those enrolling questions, when I meet with people, I just really want to know how I can help that person, because I don't know if what I have is a solution for them, and that's one of the things I love asking is, what's your biggest challenge? Because once I find out what their challenge is, I know what's keeping them up at night. And then that way I could go through my entire, either if it's, leveraging my relationships, leveraging my knowledge, or, my skills, then I know how to best serve that person. And so I love how you said, just getting to know them, because enrolling questions and just making sure, finding that out, finding that solution is a big thing. And so, yeah, so I think, that's the number one thing. If we're out here to really serve people, we can't serve them if we don't know why we're there, why we were put there to serve them, unless we know what challenges they're having. So.
And what's interesting about that? That's so spot on, because you build a relationship with someone, and all of a sudden you're working together, maybe doing some business, and all of a sudden it's a year down the road, and you really find out the reason then why you were there to help them, or they were there to help you. And all of a sudden, it just, like, everything we did up until now was the stuff we were doing in our daily lives, but now is the reason why we built this relationship. And it's kind of uncanny how that happens, because if you build a rapport and a real strong quality relationship the right way, it's down the road, it can reveal itself why you guys are really friends. You thought it was business, or you thought it was just
no baseball reference there? You didn't have a baseball reference for that one, man?
I'll have one.
If you build it, they will come.
Right.
Is that another Costner movie?
That's perfect. You had mentioned about the relationships and just doing business. One of the things we have in the book is called the family philosophy, and I've used this with my old company, is when you go to a picnic or a barbecue with your family, you don't look at everyone as a student or as their job, if they're a manager or a laborer. You just see them as your family. And what I try to do is, when I meet with a new business person, a new client, or a new prospect, I'm trying to see them as who they would be in my family. So if they're my age, I want to see them as my cousin. Or if they're older, it's an aunt or uncle, right? And then I start treating them like a family member. And all of a sudden, before you know it, they start responding by treating me differently. And all of a sudden, I've moved past the prospecting and the business and the one-on-one. And we've all already in the first appointment, first meeting, started bonding as a relationship. A lot of times when I was a little bit younger, I'd call someone on the phone, Mr. Smith, and then by the end of the conversation, I'd be calling him by his first name, because we bonded so well. And then all of a sudden, I'm on a first name basis with people, and that's how I think if you see things different, Covey calls it a paradigm shift, see something from a different point of view. But if you do that and see someone as a family member or a friend and start treating them that way, then all of a sudden it's easier to do any kind of transaction or any kind of business. And actually, you don't have to go close someone. You just explain what you're trying to do for them, and they go, okay, this sounds pretty good, and I trust you, because that bond has been built. And then you want to do a better job for them because they're treating you well. So it kind of upward spiral.
And that's the thing, people think it's like closing or convincing. I don't like it when I hear those words like, oh, let's go close that person or convince. I said, I'm not here to close or convince anyone, right? I'm here, I put what I have, of value out there, and the people who are, attracted to it will come. Because it gets really, really draining if you're just really out there trying to close people, right? Or convince someone. And so I have a lot of friends who've never done business with me, but we're friends because in other aspects, whether it's in faith, they're there for me because they support me in that sense, or vice versa, family. And we haven't done business either, but eventually they end up saying, hey, you know what? I see you all the time, and you've helped me in in the faith portion, the family portion, what exactly are you doing? And then that's when I start talking about business, right? And so it's almost like dating, right? You don't kiss the girl on the, or I don't know. That's what I'm teaching my boys. You don't kiss the girl on the first date, right? I don't know. I could be wrong.
You don't get married either, right? You don't get married on the first date either, right?
Married on the first date either.
Some people try to get married on the first date. You want to talk about business? There's a lot of that. Yeah. So yeah, Doug. I don't know if you know Doug too, but Doug Starks is our resident guru, internet marketing genius. He's kind of like he gets geeked up on stuff that nobody else does.
Yeah, you like systems and structures and things like that. One thing, Anthony, I liked was when you mentioned sitting down for coffee, even with a list in hand, because I actually had that as part of my referral group. And I forget the name of the list, but I think I got it from Dr. Ivan Meisner, the BNI founder, and I took several of his books and I did my own referral group called the CU Business Alliance. And one thing I had each member do is meet one-on-one with this form. And it sounds hokey walking into a coffee shop, sitting down, but on my form, just like you were talking, it was a list of questions that got to know the person very well, and everything from, hey, what do you do on your, when you're not working? And the whole thing was to help that person so you learned about that person. So when you saw an opportunity, if you golf with someone and say, hey, so-and-so, I'm golfing with him, or I know so-and-so through this relationship and connection, you learned all about that person. So I thought that was interesting, how you mentioned that. But yeah, I had a form, and so then I encouraged everyone in the group, and I had a file that I kept with all 30 members. And so after the first week or two, I memorized every aspect of that person's life, and so that I could not only, get to know them faster, but I could find opportunities for that person faster, because I knew all about them. I knew I had 20 things that I knew that I memorized about each person. So I liked when you mentioned, sitting down and asking questions.
For a common denominator between people, and then you find out what career they're in, and see if I can find them a client from one of my other clients. Because if I can give someone a client to do business with, now I brought more value to the table. Yeah, that's great.
Right.
I don't know if I can memorize. I like to take notes. I can't memorize 20 things. That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, if it's not on paper, it's hard for me to memorize it. So I kept a file of everybody's questions and answers.
Yeah.
So I could
Anthony, you said you're new to the co-op, so that means you're not in any niche groups, I'm assuming, right?
No, I don't think so. Am I?
I don't think so.
Well, we got to get you involved.
This is.
I like him.
Outside of talking to Lisa on the phone, this is the first activity I've had with you guys.
Awesome. Yeah, so where are you
I live
located?
in Westmont, and my office for my regular day job is in Warrenville.
Okay. Yeah, so we do these things called niche groups, and you're going to see a lot of them coming up next week. And Melanie's actually a leader of one. So I suggest you connect with her, whether you have room or not. Obviously, Melanie's a good resource for anybody that's in the co-op. So make sure you connect with her, and maybe there's a spot in there. But basically, our niche groups share a common denominator around the target market that they serve, and they also are working together to support something in the community. So, make sure you connect up with her. If that's not the right fit, then we'll try to find another place. But basically, it's just a group of people that get together, figure out how they can help each other, and also help the community. So hopefully you can get involved that way.
I definitely want to do that and become a sponsor and come to some of your events. And, with what I do, I have a lot of clients, and I've built up a lot of relationships over the year. So I'd like to see if I can bring some other people to the table that can get involved with the group as well.
Yeah, that's great. Honestly, if you look at the co-op movement, we're literally trying to change the definition of success, and it's going to take. There's 28 million companies out there. We'll hit these companies across the United States, and it takes people like you to be able to do that. So, yeah, if you turn them on, excellent. We got a petition on our website. If you go to coopmovement.com, it's a simple commitment. It just says, I want to redefine success, and this is how we're going to do it. So, send them to coopmovement.com, sign a petition, and get involved. So anyway, we really appreciate you coming on today. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
My cell phone is really the best way to, I know with all the technology, I like talking to people live. So my cell phone is 630-8. Oh, I should type it in here, right? Should I type it in here where I said
type it in too?
Just say it, because I'm posting it on Facebook.
Yeah, you can put it in a comment. Or Facebook.
I'm on Facebook.
Better, yeah.
I'm on under my personal name, Anthony Petruzzi. Also connecting with people. We got a Facebook page there. My cell phone is 630-886-0405. And we have a web page for connecting with people. We're on Twitter. I'm not really sure how Twitter works, but if somebody helps me with that, like I said, I probably need some of Doug's help because I'm not a technology person.
Twitter page and a Google Plus and a LinkedIn.
Yeah, we're not on LinkedIn yet.
All over the place.
I don't know what this is.
Not on LinkedIn? Okay. Cool. Yeah, LinkedIn's great. I like LinkedIn.
I do.
All right. Well, cool. So reach out to Anthony, get to know him. Hopefully Anthony will be at our September 9th event. And
I did have him there. Calendar.
If you don't. Okay.
Good.
And before we go, though, we always do something fun. And Lisa's the queen of, I call her the queen of useless information. Here's some more useless information.
So I do have a fun fact for today, and it's really interesting. So what it is did you know that a sheep, a duck, and a rooster were the first passengers on a hot air balloon?
That's ridiculous.
So the first time
did not know that.
in the air, they had a sheep, a rooster, and a duck.
Why is that?
So I thought that was. I think it's fun.
I think you should have to explain why.
People go up in hot air balloons now.
So they say, it's the whole experiment with the
animals. What happened? Hopefully it came down.
We'll inject whatever potion we have in the mouse and see how they react first before.
So it was a sheep and a duck. Do ducks fly? Ducks fly, right? Why would they put a duck in a hot air balloon?
Yeah. If you don't clip their wings, they can fly. Yes.
No. And what about a rooster?
I hope to raise ducks on a farm, so I know.
I wonder. I'd have to do more research on this because I don't know if they. Well, a sheep can't fly.
You know what? If they get too close to the hot air, they could turn into dinner too.
Sometimes pigs fly, but
it's raining. Duck.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about.
Yeah.
And tell your friends. They'll be impressed with your information.
So read Anthony's book. Now you have an icebreaker that will make no sense to anybody.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me. So anyway, sorry about that if you're like, what the heck did I get myself into? But yeah, we appreciate you guys coming on, spending your time with us this morning. Hopefully it was a little bit of fun. It was informational. and you were inspired to connect up with Doug and Melanie and Kim and Anthony. And we'll be back here tomorrow morning, same time, 9 o'clock. We'll have more guests, more fun. And be sure to look out on our community calendar for the upcoming niche group live meetings that are going to be happening next week. There's a bunch of them scheduled for Monday and Tuesday. So we're going to be busy. So watch the group, and we're going to have lots of fun.
Definitely.
Thanks for coming on, guys.
Have a great day.